こすらん絶望の不死沈め眩しいなんですか
Sorry for the lack of videos lately. Sevens hasn't really had the greatest track record for video-worthy episodes. But with some changes to the weekly stuff and a brand new opening on the way, I'm feeling very hopeful. Also, there have been a couple of new subscribers to my channel, so thank you for that. Going through the stuff for episode 47, we have Hiroyuki Yamada as storyboarder, Masahiko Abe as episode director, and Hatsue Nakayama as Chief Animation Supervisor. Before carrying on, I mentioned that there are a few weekly staff changes, though there's really just one. If you've been paying close attention to the end credits, you'll notice that Naoki Nishikawa has been credited as Chief Director since episode 40. My guess as to why Nishikawa was brought onto the show is to reduce the workload on Nobuhiro Kondo, the series director. Nishikawa has plenty of years of experience as well, also having worked as director and storyboarder on several episodes of Duel Monsters, GX, and 5Ds, even taking role as series director for 5Ds during the Crash Town, and has even boarded and directed the 5Ds Evolving Duel OVA. Back to the current episode, Yamada primarily boards episodes outsourced to other studios, but has been lucky enough to be given directors who know how to properly depict his boards, especially his fun little cutaway gags, most notably Ranze's flashbacks in episode 29. And this episode is no different, whether it's Kaizo's depicting how he came into contact with Goha 66, or the cute little business analogies every time Kaizo activates a spell or trap. The director makes sure these gags are depicted in fun and comedic ways. This episode certainly has a wide generational range of key animators, ranging from industry veterans who have 40 years experience to young Twitter animators who've made their mark on some of last year's and this year's biggest shows. Starting with the second half of the episode is who I presume to be Minoru Eisaki, Animate's Arc Talk Summon, including the bits of the chant that leads up to it with some pretty neat Canada school effects. Interspersed between some of them are some very brief cuts of character acting from Kaizo, animated by I think Yoko Kikuchi, known for their work on the Dot Hack series, Kuroko's Basketball, Mob Psycho 100, and Carol and Tuesday. Next is the work of Tetsuo Yanagino, who's known for their very loose and comedic work on Lupin III, animating some of the hilarious section where Shine Black attacks Rook, with that last train analogy, including some of the weirdest and funniest reaction faces from Kaizo. And lastly, we have Twitter animator Mon Kuso, known for their work on Fire Force Season 2, Boruto, One Piece, and more recently, Wonder Egg Priority. He animates, I presume, Rook's outburst as he proclaims how he doesn't like to be cogs in gears as he takes his turn. This episode is definitely well more held together than Studio Drive's previous episode in episode 40. And that could really just be due to the amount of time the animators and supervisors had to work on that episode. Next is the highly anticipated Tiger vs. Asana duel, supervised by Yuki Morimoto, so expect a lot of cute and on-model art next episode. Despite this being an in-house episode, I don't really expect any work from Shinya Yamamoto, or even another surprise appearance from Yu Yoshiyama. But of course, I could always be surprised. And so with that, see you in the next video.
果てしなく広がってゆく世界の中で